Life has a strange way of shaping us, and sometimes it feels less like shaping and more like breaking. But the truth is that every hardship, every failure, every lonely silent night is not a punishment, it is training. When life withholds success from you, when effort doesn't match results, when you work harder than others and still fall behind, it is not because you are not good enough, but because you are being prepared for something bigger than what everyone else is chasing, and preparation always hurts. Life removes comfort from the ones it plans to take far. Life isolates the ones it plans to make wise. Life tests the ones it plans to make leaders, because strength is never built in the days that feel easy. It is built in the days that make you question yourself, and whether you realize it or not. The version of you that survived struggle is more powerful than the version of you that lived without it. There were moments when it felt like nothing was moving forward, like effort didn't matter anymore. Like you were stuck in the same place while everyone else was accelerating toward the future. But the truth is that you were not stuck. You were being refined. Your character was being sharpened. Your weaknesses were being burned away. And your patience was being stretched so that it could handle what is coming. Life gives easy paths to those who won't go far. But it gives difficult paths to those who will rise higher than anyone expected. And your story has always been different because your destination has always been different. The reason your journey took longer is because you are building something that lasts, not something temporary. And things that last are slow to form, they demand sacrifice. They demand consistency even when there is no reward. And they demand belief even when there is no evidence. The world praises success, but it never sees the nights of doubt that built it. It never sees the invisible battles you fought in silence. It never sees the mornings you got up after failing, the days you kept going without help, the months you had to push through without motivation, and the seasons of life where you had to teach yourself that quitting is not an option. There is a strength inside you that you didn't even know existed until life forced you to use it. There is a warrior in you that was born from the days when you had no choice except to be strong. And although it didn't feel like progress, every painful moment was building that warrior. Life has taken you through storms not to drown you, but to teach you how to sail. And the reason your storms lasted so long is because one day you will cross oceans others are afraid to step into. When you look back, you will realize that the version of you that was tired, frustrated, disappointed, and broken was still the version that kept going. And that is the version that deserves respect, not the future successful you, but the struggling you who chose not to give up. Discipline was built when motivation died. Patience was built when results were invisible. Resilience was built when no support was left. Focus was built when distractions were loud. And self-belief was built when failure whispered that you are not enough. Every difficult day was pushing you toward becoming someone who can handle the success waiting for you, because success is not just about reaching the top. It is about being strong enough to stay there. And pain was the training for that strength. If success came earlier, you might have lost it. You might not have been ready to protect it. You might not have been disciplined enough to keep it. But everything slowed down so you could grow into the person who can sustain what is coming. Every delay, every rejection, every closed door was not a wall. It was a redirection. It was life telling you that you deserve better than what you were asking for. And life never takes without giving back, but it gives back only when you are ready. Deep inside you, you know you were not meant to live an ordinary life. You always felt a calling, a pressure, a hunger, a restlessness that others do not feel, because your journey is not like others. And your breakthrough is not meant to be small. There is a reason you are not satisfied with average, a reason you cannot settle, a reason you keep trying even when no one is watching. Your soul knows where it is going. Even when your mind doubts, even when your heart hurts, even when your body is tired, something in you refuses to stop. Something in you keeps whispering, not yet, because you were not born to live at the bottom. You were born to rise to the life you dream about. You might not see growth every day, but growth is happening in silence. Just like seeds grow in the dark underground before they ever touch sunlight. And you are in your underground stage, unseen, unnoticed, unheard, but growing in a way that will shock the world when you finally rise. Nothing in your life has been random. Nothing has been wasted, not even the pain, because pain turned into lessons, lessons turned into wisdom. Wisdom turned into direction, and direction turned into purpose. Life is not delaying you, it is building you. Life is not punishing you, it is protecting you. Life is not rejecting you, it is redirecting you. And one day you will look back and understand why things took longer for you, and you will be grateful they did. You don't have to rush anymore. You don't have to compare anymore, because your timing is divine, and your path is unique. And those who seem ahead of you are not ahead. They are just on a different journey. While you are building something greater, something deeper, something unshakable. The world is not ready for who you are becoming, but it will be. And when you rise, you will rise in a way that no one can ignore. Your story is slow because it is meaningful. Your success is coming late because it is big. Your path is difficult because it is destiny. And the pain you survived is the reason you are becoming unstoppable. One more step, one more day, one more push. You are not finishing your journey. You are entering the chapter you were preparing for all this time. And life is about to show you why the struggle was necessary. And life is about to show you why the struggle was necessary. Because the truth is, healing is not the reward after everything is over. Healing has already been happening inside you all along. Every time you forgave someone who never apologized. Every time you chose hope even when reality was heavy. Every time you took a breath instead of breaking down. Every time you kept your heart soft even when the world gave you every reason to become cold, you were already healing. You didn't notice it because healing is quiet. It grows in silence. It doesn't appear in victory. It appears in the moments where you choose peace instead of chaos, patience instead of anger, faith instead of fear. And that evolution was happening inside you, even when you were hurting the most. You spent so much of your life fighting battles that no one could see, wiping tears that no one knew about, carrying pain that no one understood. Yet you still tried to be good. You still tried to love. You still tried to hope, and that alone makes you extraordinary. The world teaches us to admire power, success, and strength. But the quietest form of strength is the strength it takes to remain kind after everything you went through. And you have done that so many times without even realizing. The world sees survival as moving on, but survival is often simply waking up when you didn't want to, breathing when your heart was tired, holding yourself together when life was falling apart. And even though no one applauded, no one noticed. No one celebrated you for surviving. You kept surviving anyway, and that makes you far greater than you think. You weren't weak for breaking down, you were strong for getting back up. You weren't failing when you were hurting, you were healing while hurting. And now, the version of you that learned to calm storms inside your chest is finally emerging. The same nights that made you cry are the nights that taught you to comfort yourself. The same moments that took everything from you are the moments that gave you wisdom. And the same loneliness that once hurt you is now the space where you began to hear your own voice. Pain shaped you, but healing softened you. And that balance is the reason your next chapter will be peaceful in a way your past never was. You are no longer fighting to prove anything. You are no longer hurting for validation. You are no longer begging life to move faster. You are learning to trust your pace, and that is the highest form of growth. The future you are walking toward is not built on desperation, but on self-respect, not on fear of losing, but on peace with what stays and what leaves. Not on pressure to become someone, but on acceptance of who you already are. For the first time, life isn't shaping you through pain anymore. It is inviting you to live, to breathe, to rest, to enjoy the moments you once hurried through. And you deserve it, not because you were perfect, not because you were strong every day, but because you kept going even when nothing made sense. The universe saw your effort when no one else did. It saw your silent tears, your silent prayers, your silent strength. And now it is opening doors not because you earned them, but because you are finally ready not to lose yourself once you walk through them. The next chapter of your life will not demand suffering from you. It will not demand war. It will not demand survival. It will demand receiving, allowing, trusting, and existing without fear. Peace will feel unfamiliar at first. Love will feel risky. Happiness will feel unreal. Rest will feel uncomfortable, because for so long you believed life only moved forward when it hurt. But now you will learn that life can also move forward gently, There will come a morning when you wake up, and the weight you carried for years won't be there anymore. And you won't even notice at first, but you'll feel lighter. You'll breathe differently, the world will look softer. And you'll realize that the war inside you is finally over. Healing won't erase your past, it will honor it. Because every version of you, the broken you, the exhausted you, the hopeful you, the lost you, the lonely you, they all work together to bring you here, and none of them were failures. You don't need to be a warrior anymore. You don't need to be strong all the time. You don't need to fight every day. You can finally allow life to be gentle. You can finally allow yourself to feel safe. And you can finally allow joy to exist without waiting for something to go wrong. The next time you smile, it won't be forced. The next time you rest, it won't be guilt. The next time you love, it won't be fear. The next time you dream, it won't be desperation. It will be peace. Your life is moving into a season where you will not just survive. You will live slowly, softly, quietly, beautifully, without rushing, without proving, without breaking. And one day you will look around and notice that the life you have is the life you once begged for. And you will realize that the pain was not your ending, it was the bridge. There comes a moment in every warrior's journey when life finally begins to make sense. When the pain that once felt pointless suddenly starts connecting the dots, and you realize that nothing was meant to destroy you. Everything was meant to rebuild you into someone stronger than you ever imagined. But the transition from pain to growth is not loud, it is slow, silent, and invisible. Like a sunrise that happens quietly until the whole world becomes bright. And that is exactly what is happening to you right now. You are rising, even if you do not feel it yet. There were days when you woke up tired, nights when you slept with a heavy heart, moments when you wondered whether life was even listening to you. But every time you stood up again, something inside you became unbreakable. Because strength is not built by victory. Strength is built by survival. And you have survived things that would have destroyed others. Life has been teaching you lessons that success would never teach. Because if success comes too early, ego grows faster than wisdom. But when success comes late, wisdom arrives first. And wisdom is what keeps a person grounded when the achievements finally arrive. You were learning patience when doors closed. You were learning self-control when emotions were loud. You were learning focus when distractions surrounded you. You were learning self-worth when people underestimated you, and all this time, the struggle was not stopping your progress, the struggle was your progress. It is only when we are forced to walk alone that we learn to trust ourselves. It is only when we lose everything that we learn what truly matters. It is only when we are ignored that we learn not to seek validation. And it is only when we suffer that we learn how to value peace. Life has been peeling away every false thing around you, fake friends, fake opportunities, fake confidence, until only truth remained, because truth is the only foundation that can hold real success. One day, you will wake up and understand that nothing was taken from you. Everything was cleared out to make space for what belongs to you. The days when you felt lost were not the end of your story. They were simply the chapters where you were being redirected to your true path. Because life does not want you to arrive quickly, it wants you to arrive prepared. When you become strong enough to handle setbacks, setbacks do not scare you anymore. When you become patient enough to handle delays, delays do not frustrate you anymore. When you become disciplined enough to handle pressure, pressure does not break you anymore. And this is why life is hard before it gets better, because you are being trained to be unstoppable. You were never weak, you were inexperienced. The journey has been giving you the experience you needed to become the person who deserves what you are dreaming of. The goals you want require maturity, self-control, emotional intelligence, resilience, and clarity. And these things cannot be bought. They cannot be gifted. They cannot be taught in books. They can only be developed through real struggle. And that is exactly why your path is different. That is why your process is slow. That is why your journey is heavy, because your destination is not ordinary. There are people who succeed quickly and fail quickly, but you are not meant to be one of them, because you are not building something temporary. You are building something permanent, something real, something that will last. Every mistake taught you something. Every failure built discipline. Every loss built character. Every heartbreak built wisdom. Every rejection built focus, and every disappointment built patience. And when all of these things combine inside one human being, that human becomes unstoppable. Life has taken you through darkness, so you can become light. Through silence, so you can hear your inner voice. Through pressure, so you can learn to stay stable. Through pain, so you can learn to heal yourself. And soon, others will look at you for guidance, and they will not know what it took for you to become who you are. Someday, the same people who doubted you will call you lucky, but you will know it wasn't luck. It was patience. It was consistency. It was sacrifice. It was sleepless nights. It was doing the right thing even when it hurt. It was believing in yourself when no one else did. The world will only see the success, but you will remember the struggle, the silent battles inside your mind. The days when you hid your pain but kept going, the moments when you acted strong even though you felt broken. And that memory will make you humble forever. Everything you were waiting for will come, not because you waited, but because you grew. And growth is the real purpose of pain. Because pain forces us to evolve into a version of ourselves that comfort would never create. When you finally reach the place you are working toward, you will carry gratitude instead of arrogance and empathy instead of ego. Because you will remember what it feels like to be lost, to be ignored, to be under pressure, to be poor, to be doubted, and that memory is what will protect you from becoming the kind of person you once prayed you would never become. You were chosen for a higher life. That is why your lessons were heavier. You were chosen for a bigger story. That is why your challenges were greater. You were chosen for a deeper purpose. That is why your path was harder. And the universe does not choose someone without preparing them first. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right on time. Your time. Success is not built in the moment you win. Success is built in the years when you had every reason to quit and didn't. Growth is not something you see day by day. It is something that surprises you when you look back and realize how far you have come. There will be a moment, maybe tomorrow, maybe next year, when you suddenly understand why everything took the time it did. And you will smile, not because the journey was easy, but because the journey was worth it. One day, you will be living the life you once stayed awake dreaming about. And when that day comes, you will sit in silence for a moment and say to yourself, I made it through everything that was designed to stop me. You are not reaching the end of your journey. You're reaching the beginning of the life that all your struggle has been preparing you for. The day is coming when the world will witness your transformation, but you will know that your real victory was not when you achieved success. Your real victory was when you refused to give up long before success arrived. Keep going, because greatness is not in the destination. Greatness is in the person you become along the way. And after everything you have survived, there is nothing left in this world that can stop you. And after everything you have survived, there is nothing left in this world that can stop you. Because the fire that once tried to burn you has now become the fire that fuels you. And the storms that once tried to break you have now become the storms you learn to walk through without fear. Life did not make you tougher by giving you fewer problems. Life made you tougher by teaching you that you can handle them. You stopped waiting for life to get easier and decided to become stronger instead. And that was the moment your destiny shifted. The battles you fought were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to show you who you truly are. And now you know. You are someone who doesn't give up. Someone who rises again and again, no matter how many times life knocks you down. You used to fear failure, but now failure fears you, because you no longer see it as the end. You see it as a teacher. You used to seek validation, but now validation seeks you, because you stopped chasing approval and started building character. You used to want people to support you, but now people look to you for support, because you became the person who survived without being saved. There is a power inside you that was born from pain, a calm inside you that was born from chaos, a wisdom inside you that was born from confusion, and a purpose inside you that was born from suffering. Life did not break you, it revealed you, and now that revelation is becoming unstoppable. The same world that once ignored your existence will soon witness your evolution. And nobody will understand how you stayed patient through all the noise, all the doubt, all the delays. But you will know because you learned that slow progress is still progress, and delayed success is still success. Life tested you with loneliness so you could learn self-respect. Life tested you with failure so you could learn humility. Life tested you with loss so you could learn gratitude. Life tested you with pressure so you could learn discipline. And now all of those strengths are gathering inside you like a storm, preparing to rewrite your story. You are entering a season where everything you prayed for will come, not little by little, but all at once. Not because you were lucky, but because you became ready. The doors that once refused to open will now open effortlessly. Not because the doors changed, but because you changed. The life you once chased will start chasing you, because you have finally become the person who belongs there. Every sacrifice you made, every tear you shed, every night you stayed awake fighting with your own thoughts is now becoming the foundation of a future that no one will be able to take away from you. Your success will not be loud or arrogant. It will be calm, steady, confident, rooted, and untouchable. People will wonder how you did it, and you won't even need to explain, because real strength does not need explanation. It just exists. The world will see results, but you will remember the journey. The days when you smiled while hurting. The days when you stayed silent while breaking. The days when you helped others while needing help yourself. The days when you pushed forward with no energy left at all. Your story will not inspire people because you won. It will inspire them because of what you survived before you won. And that is why nothing in your life was wasted. Every wound made you wiser. Every loss made you stronger. Every ending created space for a new beginning. The things that once hurt you no longer control you because you have grown beyond them. The thoughts that once scared you no longer stop you because you have learned to master your mind. The people who once underestimated you no longer affect you because you no longer seek permission to be great. You are not just preparing for success, you are preparing for a life of peace, fulfillment, purpose, and depth. A life where you no longer rush, no longer compete, no longer compare, because you finally understand that what is meant for you will always find you, and it is already on its way. Your breakthrough is not a fantasy. It is a destination you have been walking toward for years. Step by step, pain by pain, lesson by lesson, and every lesson has been building the person who can receive it without losing themselves in the process. The universe did not make you wait to punish you. It made you wait so you could grow into someone who will never again doubt their worth. Never again lower their standards. Never again break themselves to fit into places that were too small for them. Very soon, life will look completely different. Not because life magically changed, but because you did. You became the version of yourself that your future needed, and now your future can finally arrive. And when it does, you won't celebrate because you succeeded. You will celebrate because you survived the journey that was. Designed to stop you, but failed. You do not have to prove anything to anyone anymore. Your existence, your resilience, and your transformation are proof enough. And every minute from today forward is a step deeper into the life you were always meant to live. A life where you no longer fight to be seen, but naturally stand out. Where you no longer run behind opportunities because opportunities run toward you. Where you no longer hope for miracles because you have become one. Where you no longer question whether you deserve happiness because happiness has become your home. And when the world finally sees your rise, they will call it sudden, but you will know that it was slow. Patient, painful, necessary, and earned. And in that moment, you will whisper to yourself with calm and gratitude, everything was worth it. And for the first time in your life, you will believe it.